Okay, you guys ready? I thought it would be super fun to do a fuck, marry, kill. All right, so we're just going to go pile by pile by pile and determine which is which. All right? Place your bets, ladies and gents. Who do you think? Think it's going to be the Moonstone Heart, the one you're going to marry, or is that the one you're going to... Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say kill? Unalive. Or we've got, I think this is rose quartz. It looks so much glassier than like normal rose quartz that I've like been exposed to. Anyway, let's just start over here with pile number 1. Set these little bad boys off to the side. We'll get to those later. Fuck, marry, kill. Let's see what we got. Pile number 1. Ooh, fight. Fight, fight, fight. Rule number 1 of Fight Club. What is rule number 1 of Fight Club? Don't talk about Fight Club, right? Isn't that what that is? So we've got fight. So they might have a quick temper. Definitely might be abusive, or maybe they're just a pro MMA fighter. Maybe that's just their occupation. You never know. And we have intuition. The red flags ignored now will come back to bite you later. Okay, maybe not an MMA fighter. Maybe somebody with anger issues. Definitely, if there's red flags that you're ignoring from the start. Release your ex. Okay, so this pile 1 could definitely be super karmic, super toxic. The time has come to clear your energy. Look how exhausted this little romance angel looks. Like, oh, I'm so drained from this. Fuck. Their initial could be C. Could start with C. Let's grab some charms. Ooh, a wolf in sheep's clothing. The number 5, and we've got a cheetah. So maybe they are fast. Maybe they acted fast in this connection. 5 makes me think of 5 of Swords, battles, conflict, arguing, fast movement. Usually that's a huge red flag in any relationship, anything moving super quick. Beautiful possibilities. Oh. You know, when I first got this deck, 4 different times when I thought of somebody and I went to the deck and I pulled a card, this is the exact same card 4 different times it came out for us. Unfortunately, it didn't end well, so... if that tells you anything. But everything, I guess in every connection there's possibilities, right? Beautiful possibilities. Let's go ahead and read the description for that. It says, there is real potential for love here. It's not guaranteed, but all signs indicate that this relationship could blossom beautifully if tended to and watered. So if you both are willing to put in the work. I don't know, with the little wolf in sheep's clothing, the arguing, the fighting, red flags, release your ex. C for Chad. Maybe this is a Chad who has no substance. Just a hot bod. I'm kidding. Power. Okay, it says you instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Ooh, and there's a snake wrapped around them. You already know. So back to the intuition piece of things. I feel like maybe that's what makes this whole dynamic or this person so toxic, is because you go back and forth between knowing better with these red flags and seeing their true nature. And maybe in the beginning phases of your relationship where things were good and they put their best self forward and they had their mask up. All right. Kyanite. Success in love, karmic connection, or genuine feelings. I'm going with karmic on this. My vibe, the feel that I get is this screaming karmic connection. So definitely don't want to marry a karmic, right? Maybe fuck, maybe kill. I don't know. Have faith. Have faith that the right people and situations will come to you. This card is a confirmation that you made the right decision about someone or something. You are on the right path. Oof. The unexpected disruption. Yeah, I mean, look at this beautiful home, painted pink. It's like it's your heart. And then in comes this rocket or this nuke that just blows everything up. So I just get this inconsistency here, like hot, cold, you know? All right. What else we got? The white feather. Maybe what makes it so hard for you to let go of this is maybe you've seen synchronicities or seen feathers, or you've seen something meaningful to you that has given you confirmation that this could be the one. So maybe that's why this is difficult for you to let go of. Main male. Okay. So this is yes, the person you're thinking of. That's a resounding yes. We're talking about him. Oh, it gets even more specific. A fair man. Dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. All right. Clouds. Temporary problems. We have a garden. Number 20 might be significant. Teamwork, social, congregate, public, network, the garden. This could mean like community events, social gatherings. Maybe you met this person at a party. And we have the woman. I'm just feeling caterer vibes. Maybe you were catering a party when you met this person. Surrender and let go of the past. Always do your best. These are from this is from the book The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. It says, whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully alive in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that is happening right now. Yeah, I'm so sorry. I think you need to let this person go. This might be the one we take there. This might be definitely not Mary. I guess we need to decide if it's fuck or kill, yeah? Flamingo spirit. Embrace the in-between. Embrace the in-between. Hear my dogs sneezing. The teacher. To know is to grow. You know, they actually look like they're fighting. Doesn't that look like, that gives me just the colors. It gives me like a very heated, passionate vibe here. But it says to know is to grow. Knowledgeable, intelligent, growth-oriented, trustable, understanding. Is trustable even a word? I don't think trustable, look, it says trustable. I don't think that's even an actual word. That's okay. Communicative, compassionate, prosperous, social, inspired, self-aware, generous, considerate, virtuous. To know is to grow. So it's not like you're walking away from this connection empty-handed. You are growing from the knowledge gleaned, from the wisdom you've attained, or acquired, whatever. But yeah, I definitely feel like this person has kept you in limbo with mixed signals, just hot and cold, back and forth. Ooh, they might be super hot. They might have a hot body, fitness instructor. They might actually be a fitness coach. Oh, and their money. I drew some money cards to see also for each pile. 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands. So maybe they're pretty stingy with their money. It's not saying they're broke, but like it's like it's like pulling teeth to try to get them to spend money at all. I think. Let me double check. Standing your ground. Yeah. So this is somebody who's really stubborn. And getting them to foot the bill is an act of God, basically. All right. And then we have a self-reflection. What kind of inner turmoil or inner traumas are they working through on the inside? What do I have to offer in a romantic relationship? What do I want to receive? So this person could struggle with feeling worthy. Maybe they don't feel good enough. And maybe they've even voiced that to you specifically. Maybe they've said, you deserve better. You deserve better than me. And I've had an ex in the past who would say that all the time. You deserve better. You deserve better. And I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? But it's their inner worthiness issues or mother wound. A lot of that comes from a mother wound. Maybe there's low self-worth here. Maybe they overcompensate by working out and making their body fit and tight, you know? Insecurity, yeah. And then we have insecurity here. And it's like a castle that is all run down. I mean, I don't know if it's all run down. I can't really tell. But I never use this deck because the pictures really suck. Or maybe they have a big castle. You know, they have this beautiful body. They have everything looking pretty and shiny on the outside. But on the inside, it's crumbling because there's a lot of insecurity here with this person. They are on a sacred journey. Sacred journey. There's the number 26. They could be 26 years old. Or that could have some kind of significance. It kind of looks like a snake. And that's like rebirth, you know? So they could be in the process of a spiritual awakening. Justice. Is this Libra? I don't know. I can't remember. I need to learn like which star signs are which major arcana. But we have the Justice card here. So maybe in spite of their insecurities, maybe they have a heart for justice, or maybe they really seek to balance the scales out. If they see like an underdog or some kind of injustice, they are the first to leap and have maybe like a hero complex and want to go save a hoe or do some rescuing, but they aren't rescuing themselves is the problem. That's the problem with somebody like that who's super protective and like hates to see wrongdoing, you know, but it's like, well, save yourself first. How can you save somebody else if you weren't even willing to look in the mirror and face your own demons? Let's see what chakras need balancing. All of them. This is a complete chakra balance that needs to be done. They are completely out of whack. So it says the only illusion is separation. Blue lace, agate, amethyst, new jade. Chakra balance, unity. If this person could pick you a flower and it were to mean something more than just surface level flower, the Daphne. What pleases us most shapes us. So maybe they are somewhat codependent and seek out your connection with one another to kind of like shape their own identity of where they stand in life. And if their soul were to speak to your soul, their higher self to your higher self would say this: let us be the love we seek. Let us be the change we wish to see. Let us give freely to one another without condition, for it is in giving that we receive. And I don't know why this tea leaf is catching my eye. I'm going to grab it real quick. Yoke. Feeling tied down or frustrated. Yeah, I feel like, I'm not going to lie, this pile's got a lot of demons, a lot of inner struggle. And they've done maybe a good job up until now at hiding all of that and, you know, putting up a good front and acting on the outside like they've got it all together. They look good. They can come across most of the time well composed, but I mean, we do have the red flags. Maybe have a short fuse, quick temper, heavy burdens here, feels insecure, feels like they don't even know what they can bring to the table. But it's what their fear is also their hope, right? They want a love that's reciprocal, that's, you know, give and receiving both, but yet they don't know what they can bring. And even when it comes to material wealth, they don't share that. So I would say it depends on what the other piles turn up like. But I would say this would be our... What's a horror movie sound? I mean, but it depends. I mean, if they got a hot body, you might want to stick the F on this one. Just saying. Let's go ahead. I'm going to clean this up, and I'll be right back with pile number 2, and we're going to determine who we're going to fuck, marry, kill, yeah? All right. Hopefully YouTube doesn't. This is all for entertainment purposes. Does that undo anything? I don't know. I'm new to YouTube, so we'll figure it out. But I'll be right back, guys. Hang tight. All right, and we are back to determine pile number 2's fate. All right, so we've got our moonstone. I love this little guy. Super smooth. I don't know why, I just love it. Love it. All right, let's take a peek here. Pile number 2. Fuck, marry, kill. Heartbreak. Okay, this is a heartbreaker. Look out, ladies. They exist. Fuck boys are dangerous. Sexuality. Someone is still figuring themselves out. That could be directly associated with heartbreak here. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Codependent. They're unsure of their own sexuality. There's heartbreak. We've got the letter D. It also says dancing. So maybe they're a dancer. Maybe they work at Chippendales or the Thunder from Down Under. We have learn more about each other. Okay, or this person could have a love for knowledge, for wisdom, for books. I have a book addiction, personally. Love them. Still need to read them. I will. And we have beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Because you're mirrors of each other, right? So equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. Wow. Green jade, luck in love, restoring trust, and change of heart. We have children. Okay, this card, to me, I'll read it to you, but whenever I see this card, it represents unresolved childhood trauma. But this card says, this card signifies innocence and your inner child. Being playful and curious is important for you now. This card also says that children play a part in your love life. There's a possibility of getting pregnant or a new beginning is on the horizon. Okay, so it could mean that. Take it for whatever resonates best for your situation. To me, this represents childhood trauma. And what stood out to me in these options is restoring trust. So something may have been done to cause heartbreak. With codependency, maybe you guys have parted ways and then come back together, and parted ways and come back together. And there's definitely a need to know thyself better so you can know one another better. Because you're a mirror to each other. Oh, wow, yeah, look at the deep layers. It's just you open one box and then you open another and another and another. It's definitely like layer work to get to the true core inside parts of real intimacy, of really knowing one another. And then we have productivity. This person could be very artsy, or maybe they're a workaholic. They are definitely on a journey to self-discovery and transformation with those butterflies. Skull, hidden secrets can harm you. Maybe that has to do with their confusion with sexuality. Bell. Announcement. Yeah, maybe they're going to be coming out and announcing that, you know, they're what they feel most aligned with as far as like sexual identity. And that can take a toll on you, you know, when you don't know if that's something hidden and they're not being transparent and you're not involved in discovering that with them, then it can be really painful and hurtful along the way until you, like, I've actually experienced this. I had an ex, and the entire time we were together, he shamed me and made me feel bad when really all along it was, oh, Lily, all along it was him having a difficult time coming to terms with, you know, how he identified sexually. And after we broke up, the next person he dated was same sex, which is fine, but I mean, to make me feel bad about my body and to shame me, and like for somebody to project their shit onto somebody else instead of taking ownership, and really it can be painful, you know. But so maybe this is somebody resonates with that, and it really makes sense with an announcement and like a hidden secret, you know, and heartbreak. But you're probably left like, I mean, this is a woman holding a baby, right? But it's kind of like what you're left holding the bag, basically. Like if you're not getting answers, when somebody doesn't explain and they're not transparent with you about what's really going on, about their decisions to pull away, it leaves you holding the burden of the emotional weight of your connection and wondering what happened and why and trying to figure things out and maybe blaming yourself. Never blame yourself, first of all. Everything is, when you're dealing with other people, it's just a reflection on them. And that's one thing I've learned over the years is because I used to go inward and blame myself and be left holding the bag and crying, oh, why, what happened? But it's just like, you know what? Okay, you don't want this connection anymore. Cool, great. I wish you well. I'm a little disappointed that you can't be an adult and communicate with me the truth. But whatever, that just tells me that you have some growing to do and you're not capable of being honest with yourself, much less me or another person. So it just speaks to who they are. It has nothing to do with you. I mean, oh, we have this little cat. Look at these cute little kitties. My children recently just brought home some cats, which is really difficult because the dogs want to eat them. So we have the cat. Contradiction, caution, demands, boundaries. What does that say? Mopey? I don't even know what that word says. Can you read that? It looks like, I don't know, mopey. Weird. Caution, demands, boundaries. Interesting. Or maybe it's more the nature of a cat. Like cats are very independent creatures. They're not like dogs. That dogs constantly want affection, attention, the pawing, the licking. Lily, you want attention all the time. Hi. Speaking of, some pets. Her tail is like a happiness destruction tool. Like it just wags constantly and it hits everything. All right, so maybe this just speaks to their independent nature, or maybe they emotionally withdraw often and just kind of curl up and shut the world out, including you. And you're like, let me in, let me understand. And we have a tree. Okay. Don't take anything personally from the 4 agreements. Transform your life. Don't let somebody else's issues affect you to the point of debilitating you and keeping you from moving forward, And it says, when you refuse to take things personally, you avoid many upsets in your life. Your feelings of anger, jealousy, and even your sadness will simply disappear if you don't take things personally. Antelope spirit. Life is speeding up. Buckle up, buttercup. Life is speeding up. Okay. This pile's a little difficult to, tap into. The sage. The truth will set me free. Yeah, I just feel like there's a hidden truth here that needs to come out. Wise, spiritual, wealthy, gracious, intuitive, inspired, devoted, expansive, self-reflective, truth-seeking, emotionally intelligent, truthful, philosophical, charitable. And yes, the owl stands for wisdom. I feel like this could be a best friend. But, if their sexuality doesn't line up to where you guys can connect on that level, then it's, definitely not someone to marry and definitely not somebody to fuck. Sorry about your luck, homeboy. Ghost. Oh, yeah. I think we've got our person. We're going to make him a ghost. Or maybe they ghost you, especially with that cat with where'd it go? The cat that withdraws or curls up and self-isolates. Money. Let's see what their finances look like. Ooh, they're in the in-between space. They may be a freelancer. They may be someone who plays with the stock market or crypto. Sometimes their money's up, sometimes their money's down, like highs and lows. They kind of ride it out. play around with that. Maybe it fluctuates. Then self-reflection. What do they deal with internally? When do I feel most productive? What time is it usually? Am I alone or with others? I think this person really thrives on their alone time. Do you see how my arm did that? That's so funny. The little dinosaur. I'm so weird. Okay, so when do I feel most productive? Oh, and we have this productivity card too. Maybe they're workaholic. I just don't get workaholic vibes. I get like maybe free spirit, artsy, income fluctuating, a need to like isolate, and maybe that's when they're the most productive, is when they're alone. Awakening. So this person could be in like a comatose state. Maybe they're just, and they still haven't come out with their sexuality. They're still harboring secrets. They're very wise. They're like an old soul. They're into books. I'm getting strong Virgo vibes, but somebody who's just really a big introvert and not really awake yet to the truth of who they are, much less the world around them. Let go. Okay, so this is someone you need to let go of. So this confirms definitely not a Mary. Look at all this, like the mysteries. Look, it looks like a galaxy behind that. Like just the depths, the hidden depths. Message in a bottle. Got 11. It's a master number. We've got some jewels in there. We got a message in there. So a valuable message. There's definitely, and we were just talking about the depths. So this person definitely hides away their true treasure, their identity, who they are, is buried deep, deep, deep within. And it's going to take some serious fishing. Maybe you need some sonar equipment. Like, it's really going to be quite the treasure hunt to get this extracted. Like the gems, the jewels, the truth of who they are deep down inside. So their walls are high. What chakra do they need balanced? Root chakra. Snowflake obsidian. Safety. So they don't feel safe. In the hurricane of life, a strong foundation will keep you safe. So this person may feel like intimacy isn't safe. This could be a classic avoidant. That would make sense why they bury so deeply, like the core of who they are. Nobody gets in. They're maybe good at pretending. Violet. The answers and truths are always within. If they could pick you a flower, they would pick you a violet. And it wouldn't just be a violet, it wouldn't just be a flower, it would be a hint like, dig deeper, I want you to know me. But I'm too scared to let you in, but I want you to know me, like they so desperately desire to be known and seen. But not possessed, but not... Oh, dog. Oh my gosh. Lily, it's like 2 a.m. Yeah, they're terrified of being seen, but that's what they want most. And they fear losing their autonomy and their independence. Because maybe love in the past or growing up with their parents or their caretakers or siblings, or at some point it was established that if they allow themselves to love, then that is the equivalent of losing themselves. And then if their soul, their higher self, could speak to your higher self, they would say this: the quality of your thoughts equals the quality of life you experience. Thoughts are living energies that have an enormous influence on what you attract into your life. Think love, and that is what you will attract. Yeah, I just think this is a real cerebral person, always in their head, always in the books, always within, shutting the world out, with that cat card. And they're desperately in need of an awakening, of being woken up. But they're in their cocoon, they're in the midst of transformation. Yeah, and I just think restoring trust was huge. Like, they just don't trust easily. They don't open up. It's just not coded into their DNA. Like, they are protect. Their heart is on lockdown. All right, I think we have our answer. I think pile 1 with the fit hot body. The fitness instructor is our fuck boy. And you can't marry somebody that won't let you in. So sorry pile number 2, but we're gonna have to axe you, and let's just pray and hope and wish and dream that this big fat orange heart is a Mary pile. It may not be. We may not have, or I guess whatever. It's the only option left. So this is what you're gonna be stuck with for all of eternity. I'm kidding. You're never stuck, ever. You're never stuck. There are always options. There are always solutions. All right, I'll be right back, and we're going to figure out if pile number 3 is a good choice to lock it down with the ring on your finger. I'll be right back. Okay, pile numero 3. Fuck, marry, kill. We've used up our fuck and our kill, so all we have left now is to put a ring on it. We're going to marry this hoe. Let's see what we got. That's not bad. A protector. Definitely could be easier on the eyes. No, but protection that's a good quality. I think that's attractive. Anyway. Protector vibe. Honeymoon. I can't. I don't have the heart to take the toy away from the dog. Lily, come here. Lily. You want some pets? Maybe she'll drop the toy and come over here for a little pet. A little lovin'. Nope. Okay, it didn't work. We're just going to work on through the dog toys. All right, so protective, somebody who's highly protective, which is, yeah. And we've got honeymoon. Hi, you came over for lovin'. Hello. You're so loud with your squeaks. Squeaker toys. Yeah. Are you tired? Go to bed. Go lay down. Go lay down. All right, and we have honeymoon. Honeymoon phase, attending somebody's wedding. Okay, I mean, that couldn't be more confirmation about our Mary pile, right? Ooh, reconciliation. This could be somebody from your past coming back around. We are in Mercury retrograde. We're past lovers and exes. Try to slide back into your DMs. Someone from your past is returning to your life. So this person could be, maybe you already know who this is. Maybe they have you in their initials, first or last name, middle name, or upscale restaurant. Maybe you had like your first date at like a Michelin star restaurant or something. That could be a clue for you. Oh, you know what? Let's get some charms. I didn't do that on pile 2, but... Oh, snap. Yeah, this is what I want in my Mary pile, guys. I'm not even going to lie. We also have the wolf in sheep's clothing. We have the State of Oregon seal, 1859. What does that reduce to? Let me do the math real quick. 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 5 is 14, 5 plus 9 is 14, so 5. That reduces to 5, so big changes. Also on this, there's a picture of an eagle, a covered wagon. So maybe a journey like the Oregon Trail. Yeah, maybe you guys have a long history together. We have a spider web. Yeah, I feel like this speaks to... I'm hearing web of lies. So maybe your history with this person in the past has to do with some kind of dishonesty. The wolf in sheep's clothing, a web of lies. Or spider webs could also represent like ingenuity. And we have this sweet little gummy bear, this little glittery gummy bear. So there's definitely been a shift in their energy from maybe deceptive energy in the past. They've probably gone on some kind of long transformative journey, and now they're showing back up in your energy with big dick energy and sweetness. I mean, what more could you ask for, ladies or gents? Step back. Step back. You could when I look at this, it makes me think of Christmas with the green and red, but also maybe like a witch's shoes. So maybe around Halloween or Christmas or the holidays, maybe y'all will reconnect because there's reconciliation. The step back, though, definition in this booklet says, this is your sign to step back. Take some deep breaths and add a buffer of safe space so you can get perspective on the situation. A little time and distance are your friends. Okay, well, whatever. And then we have this little guy. Freedom! I always think of Mel Gibson, Braveheart. Freedom! There's nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. I'm not getting step back from this. I'm actually getting like time like for reconciliation, I think around the holidays. Ooh, yes. Fiery passion. Hot pursuit, getting what you want. And look at all that fire. I mean, we've got our eggplant here too. Ugh, spicy, sexy, big yes. Retreat. And I'm not taking this as like retreat as in step back. I mean like get some time alone together. Take advantage of this spicy energy. You know, what do they say? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So the time apart could have really caused, you know, like some deep longing and that passionate energy to kind of brew and simmer and build up. Get that sexual tension going. And then we have retreat. It says disconnect from the outer world a bit in order to sort out how you feel about a certain situation or person. Make time for yourself now. This will help you gain more clarity. Okay, this also is repeating what this card was saying. Step back to get some clarity. Maybe things are a little too hot between the two of you, and so maybe you need to pump the brakes. Step back, remove yourself so that you can be more objective. We have the moon with renewal. Yeah, I just think this connection is good. It's been given like a second life, a second chance. And maybe hidden feelings, hidden emotions that were never spoken prior are now being revealed. Maybe you both feel safe to like express and share how you truly feel. And we have belief. You could believe this person to be like your connection to be written in the stars. This could be destiny. This could be fated. Adjudication. This could be someone you've actually married and divorced, and now you're reconciling and coming back together. I mean, that's not unheard of. Barrel. You feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Carriage. A journey, either physical or mental. And, you know, we have this covered wagon, too, on the Oregon state seal, you know. So it's like covered wagon. We have this stagecoach, a wagon. Y'all have been on a journey together. This is not a new love, not a new connection. This is a reconciliation. This is coming back together. It's fated, written in the stars, and I really feel like 2.0 is going to be magical for you. As I say that, the sun, success, optimism, truth, happiness, power, illuminating, warmth, visibility. This is it. This is your married person. I knew it. Wow, we just got it right from the jump on all those piles. Crossroads. Maybe y'all are at a crossroads. Twos. I love twos. Twos represent better things are coming. There are far greater things ahead than any you leave behind. Maybe y'all are at a crossroads undeciding if you're going to give it another chance or not. Stick it out or go your separate ways, you know, or come back together. 3 of these cards actually came out when I was preparing the pile. Snake. Maybe you're worried that this person is the same as they were before because we saw earlier with the web of lies and the wolf in sheep's clothing. Maybe you're afraid that they are the same deceptive, you know, liar that you experienced in the past. But I really think with the carriage and the covered wagon, just there's a vibe here of like being on a long transformative journey. So I think this person has already had their spiritual awakening, or at least an important one about shedding old skin, right? Like a snake shedding their old skin and becoming completely new and moving forward, being rebirthed. clover. Yeah, the snake with the clover, like this is lucky. Like this is how lucky for you. And now we have 3 twos, 2, 2, 2. Like this is a fated connection. You have luck on your side. Don't take anything personally. It says refuse to eat emotional poison. Taking things personally makes you prey for predators. They can hook your attention with one little opinion and feed you whatever poison they want. Refuse to eat the poison. So this is speaking to outside influence. So people who are looking in at your connection and they have all kinds of opinions and they love to give it unsolicited. So do I. That's why I do readings. But you don't have to drink their poison. You don't have to give anyone any energy or even tell any details of this. It's nobody's business. In fact, most relationships do better when you keep outside influences at bay. Don't let them in. Don't let them poison the well. Cow spirit. The miracles are endless. So this reconnection, this reconciliation could feel like a miracle. And yeah, maybe you want to marry this person a second time. Maybe there's a second wedding. Doesn't this cow look like it's ready to like walk down the aisle? I love it. The miracles are endless between the two of you. Collaborator. You're coming together to collaborate, to lift the frequency of Earth. You know, whenever there's two destined stars, like divine, when there's divine counterparts, when something is like literally like cosmic, when you're meant to be with your person, it's not just for your own benefit. It's for the good of everyone. When people like that come together, it uplifts us all. It raises a vibration, the frequency, and helps bring in new earth, you know? And it says, I co-create to create. Cooperative, receptive, connective, supportive, curious, empathetic, responsible, insightful, accepting, inclusive, reliable, and co-creative. Yeah, this is going to be a whole new experience. Again, the miracles are endless. This is going to be unlike anything you've experienced with this person in the past. You're just going to be like, who are you? You really have changed. Yeah, who are you? You're an alien. Like, you're not the same guy I used to know or girl I used to know. Who are you? But it's in a good way. Look how cute that little alien is. Librarian. This person could literally be a librarian, or they could really just geek out on documentaries, books, science, quantum physics, just someone who really loves to learn, loves knowledge. The nerd. I am, self-professed nerd. And let's see how the finances are looking. Okay, not so hot. That's okay. You guys can collaborate and create new money. 5 of Pentacles is lack. It's feeling rejected, feeling left out in the cold, kind of destitution. You know what? Let's get another card on the money. Because, oh, okay, well, I guess there's the answer. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, you guys are going to give and take. It's going to be, this is a card of like charity, of support. 10 of Swords. That's like despair, anxiety. Oh no, 5 of Pentacles again. Okay, money's not great. Oh, this is good. 6 of Swords is moving away from hardships. Typically, it's a boat in the water and it's sailing away from the turbulent waters into calmer shores. So you guys are going to be healing the money issues. But yeah, money's not going to be so great for you at first. But together, as you collaborate, you can co-create a life of your dreams, regardless of finances. And you'll move into calmer waters there anyway, so don't worry about it. So their inner stuff that they're working on. What's the best gift I can give myself in this chapter of my life? Okay. What's the best gift I can give myself? So they're proud of how far they've come. They're really proud of how far they've come. And they value being acknowledged and being, I mean, who doesn't love recognition, right? For a job well done. What else? What have I been sensitive to lately? Okay, at least they're very self-aware. This is someone who's very self-aware, and they're not afraid to look at themselves and their emotional landscape and, you know, take that into account in your relationship. Victimhood. Okay, maybe this is what they tend to lean towards when they are in their shadow aspect. Maybe they have a big issue, big problem with being the victim. Limitless. Ooh, I love this card. It's so beautiful. And I mean, you have that cow too that said the miracles are endless. So there are limitless possibilities. You guys are literally like a divine power couple. Yes. Yes, Miriam. Marry this one. Ah! And cardinals are like signs from our ancestors, or for me personally, I've never seen cardinals and I was like, okay, universe, God, creator, whatever. Show me, I want to see the cardinals. I want to see the red birds to let me know that I'm on the right path, that I'm where I should be. And then like literally red birds started landing in my window at our old house. And just they would sit, I have pictures where they just like sit, because I had these beautiful vines that covered my windows. I didn't even need curtains because I had nature being the curtains. They would sit on the vines and just stare in my window at me. And then when I was gone and my kids had to find us a new home while I was gone, I was out of the country, this new house, I don't have a bedroom. I sleep on the couch. But right outside the living room window, like there's a whole family of cardinals, like a family of birds, the red ones. So it's like, okay, I may be, not in the best place, sleeping on their couch in their little home, but I'm moving soon, so I'm gonna move to Italy in 6 months, but I'm right where I'm meant to be right now. It may not look ideal, but I'm where I'm supposed to be. So this connection is definitely destined. This reconciliation, I'm really excited, and if this actually like applies to anybody watching, I want to hear all about it. So drop it in the comments. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Foundation. So their root chakra needs a little attention. Foundation is what the castle of your soul is built upon. So their root chakra could need some attention. If they could pick you a flower, they're not just picking you one, they're picking you two. Lysanthus. Gratitude and grace always look lovely on you. They're really grateful for you. And Sweet Pea. The comfort of good company heals old hurts. You guys are definitely overcoming the past and starting a whole new chapter. It's going to feel so fulfilling, so powerful, and so unlike anything you've ever experienced before. And if their higher self could speak to yours, this is what they would say. You are entering a period of positive change, deep and profound transformations that occur at the deepest level of your being. You emerge with a renewed passion for life, full of romance and creativity. You emerge with a renewed passion for life, full of romance and creativity. What a perfect pile. What a fun idea, too, for a reading to do Fuck, Marry, Kill. So pile number 3 takes home the bacon. Where's the ring? I don't have a ring. We'll give it Dorothy's shoes. Yay. I want to go home. Take me home to this. All right. Bye, guys. I'm going to go ahead and get this uploaded for y'all, and I hope that this was entertaining at the very least, and at the very most, I hope this gave you some hope or some aha moments of clarity. All right. Much love to you. I love you. Good night.